All right, students. So let's start the question number 2 of slot 2 Cat23. We have the question in the black color and we have 4 options given. We have to select which option is correct according to the condition given to you. So pause the video and try to solve this question on your own. This question is totally based on inequality. All right, so let's start this question. The first fundamental of inequality is to make right hand side or left hand side equal to 0. One side must be equal to 0 to solve inequality. So I am shifting my right hand side to left side so that my right side becomes 0. So that would be my first step. Now, taking the LCM, I can say there is a xy minus 3x minus xy and minus 3y whole divided by y times y minus 3 is a negative quantity. So I can say xy is getting eliminated and we have left with minus 3x minus 3y times y minus 3 is a negative number. Now I will take minus 3 common and I will just eliminate minus 3. So I will be left with x plus y times y minus 3. And I hope it is clear that when I take a negative number common and I multiply negative on both sides, the sign of inequality changes, right? So this is the basic fundamental of inequality. So this is the stage where I am right now. And now how can I compute the given 4 options out of this data? I can first do what? I can do option elimination method. I can just plug the value and get the result. So the first fundamental that I can use as a competitive approach, as a student's approach, I can say that first option, if I have to go with first option, it is x square is less than y square. So I'm assuming, first of all, y cannot be 3. Yeah, it is in the question also. So I'm assuming x equals to 1 and y equals to, let's take 2. It is satisfying the given criteria. I am substituting these values in the given condition, that is x plus y, that is 1 plus 2 divided by 2 times y minus 3, that is 2 minus 3. And I can see this is a negative number. So the quantity which I have plugged in the given condition is not being fulfilled. So this option is eliminated. I can clearly say. Okay, let's go to the second option where y is negative. So I'm taking y is equal to minus 1. And if I substitute the value here, I can see that x is greater than 1 because if I multiply by negative, the sign will change. So I'm assuming x equals to 2. So if I substitute these values in the given condition, that is x plus y, that is 2 minus 1, whole thing divided by y times, that is minus 1 times minus 1 minus 3. So I can see this is numerator is positive and denominator is also positive. So it is a positive quantity. Okay, I can say this second option can be the answer. I'm not sure. I'm just going through the third option. Y is greater than 10. So I am assuming y is 11. So minus x is greater than 11. If I have multiplied negative on both sides, the sign will change. And x is less than minus 11 implies x can be minus 12. I am substituting this value in the condition given, minus 12 plus 11, whole thing divided by 11 times 11 minus 3. So I can say numerator is a negative, denominator is positive, so whole thing is negative. So option is eliminated because I want a positive result. Fourth option, x is negative number. I am assuming x is minus 1. So x is minus 1. When I multiply by minus, it would be positive. I hope it is clear. I'm just substituting the value. Y is greater than 1 means y can be 2. If I substitute this value in the condition given, that is minus 1 plus 2, whole thing divided by 2 times 2 minus 3. So numerator is a positive, but denominator is a negative. Whole thing is negative. Option is eliminated. I can say that 3 options are eliminated. My second option is the correct. So this is how I can approach this question. It is a competitive exam, so we can apply this technique also. But what is the fundamental here? Let's learn that thing. So I have to make this whole thing positive, means that numerator is positive and denominator is positive. The numerator is positive and denominator is positive, then the whole fraction is a positive quantity. So how can I make denominator positive? My denominator is y times y minus 3. I have to make it positive. So it is a quadratic equation, I can see, and the roots are 0 and 3. If I substitute a value greater than 3, the whole thing is positive. Between 0 and 3, if I substitute anything, the whole thing is negative. And less than 0, it will again be a positive quantity. This is the fundamental of quadratic, how we can solve quadratic plus inequality. So I can say that y can be negative or y can be greater than 3. So by these two conditions, I can say my denominator will remain positive. Now how can I make numerator positive? My numerator is x plus y. That is a positive quantity. I have to make it positive so that the whole fraction is positive. So x is greater than minus y. If I multiply by minus on both sides, I will get this condition. So I can say that this condition is satisfying second option, where y is a negative number and minus x is less than y. So this is a systematic approach, you can say, to solve such type of question. But there can be a second case when both numerator and denominator are negative. When both numerator and denominator are negative, then also the fraction value will be positive. If both the things are negative, fraction is a positive quantity. So my denominator is this. If I draw the number line again, I can say that between 0 and 3, when y is between 0 and 3, the whole denominator is negative. And to make the numerator also negative, I can say that x plus y is less than 0, x is less than minus y, or this condition. So this condition is not in the option. That is why I have to go with the first option. Now the first condition, that numerator and denominator both are positive. So second option is the answer. I have shown you the competitive as well as the academic point of view. I hope it is clear. Thanks for watching.